got a mic?
Again, the card. Say
Test, 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 test. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. How's lunch? All right, without further ado, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce a very important person to you. And his name is Sergeant Major Gerald Williams, and he's retired, but I'm told that he is the man. Everybody in the world wants to be like him, and after 10 minutes of talking to him, I want to be like him also. He's going to come up now and make the presentations to the schools that won the awards this morning. Sergeant Major.
Hey, good morning. How's everybody doing? Well, first of all, I want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to come forward and present you guys with a token of the appreciation of the industry community on what you all are doing. In terms of science, technology, math, STEM programs and cyber programs, those things are significantly important, for the future of our world. And your participation in that is just proof that we have smart folks that's going to continue to help shape the future of our society as we know it. So without further ado, I think there is a package that I'm supposed to have to present to the school that has been awarded a token from Cisco Systems. Do I have that? Okay, so since we were trying to find the big prize for everybody, one of the things I just want to share with you is what you're doing in furthering your education is really important for the future of our world. And I would just share with you, years ago, and I'm not going to date myself and tell you how old I am, I sat in seats just like you are wondering, what the art of the possible was for me as an individual. They said that I was a man, but never believed what you hear and half of what you see, right? But I would submit to you, the more you apply yourself in life, the better you're going to turn out. And never underestimate the power that is within you as an individual. Because a lot of times we don't see the power in ourselves that other people see in us. But if you keep reaching deep within, you can identify, your sweet spot, if you will, the things that you're good at, and you can really blossom into being something pretty spectacular, on the grand scheme of things as it comes to shaping the future of the United States of America, more importantly, shaping the future of our society. So I would just leave that there, and hopefully I can get a token to present to somebody here pretty quick. Any questions you have of me while I sit up here and wait? Here it comes. Well, it sounds like the competition was very stiff, and they're still tabulating up the results. So give us a couple minutes, and then we'll be able to present something very special.
Make sure we spend 10 minutes together.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, students, quiet, please. I just want to make a quick announcement. As you complete your eating process, please be aware that there are containers near you, so please do not leave any food in the chairs, on the floor. Please put them in the trash dispensers. Thank you.
So let me get your attention, please. So the results are finally in. So in second place, there's a prize of $300, and it's going to be extended to Renz Middle. So can I have a representative of Renz to come forward, please? The first place winner. There's a token of $500 that's going to be presented to RCTCM. So, thank you so much. Hey, this is awesome. So give yourselves a round of applause for all the participation that you had in this excellent event. So on behalf of Cisco Systems, I just want to extend a warm appreciation to your efforts, and I challenge you to continue on with your educational strives to improve yourself and, oh, by the way, to improve America and the United States and the world. So thank you so much.
Thanks. Test. Knowing what I know now, I should have had Sergeant Major come at the end, because when you give away money, it's hard to come behind somebody. But just think about it. My name is George Frederick, and I represent Army ROTC. I brought a bunch of people with me, and we're going to talk about more financial opportunities for those that are interested. We're going to try to show you what it's like as a cadet, as a college student, and what the Army ROTC program can offer you. To introduce some of the people that are here today, I'm going to start with the cadets up front. My nephew in the corner over there, Cadet Wu, Jung Wu. This young lady here, I'm trying to steal her from another college, Crystal. I brought a tall cadet from Georgia Southern also, Cadet Harvey. I got a lieutenant here from the University of Georgia. He makes a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. And we also brought the scholarship and enrollment officer for Fort Valley State University, my good friend Darius. And in the back, he's going to get mad at me, but I can't help it. He can't catch me. Was my mentor from College Army ROTC, Colonel Retired Napoleon Stewart. And last but not least, I don't want to get in trouble. We have a special guest who is going to participate with us today, and that's the Commandant of the Signal School, Brigadier General Edmondson. Thank you, sir, for coming. All right, we're gonna do this fast. You got a question? Ask the question. And we're going to get through these slides. We're going to add a little video, and then anything you need to know about Army ROTC, and I don't care which college. We're here to recruit for the Army. You tell us the college, we'll help you get there. And then we're going to leave some time to ask questions for the cadets, to pick up some free things, and just to get all the information you can today while you're here. Everybody with me? Seatbelts are on? All right, here we go. That picture is the picture of the Commanding General of Cadet Command. Cadet Command is a unique animal. It's two commands. It's the senior college level, which produces officers, and it's the high school level, which produces great citizens, and they do a great job. How many in Army JRTC right now? So you guys are living the life, okay? Now we're going to go to a short video.
Hello, I'm Major General Leslie Smith, Deputy Inspector General for the Army. In this position, I'm responsible to the Secretary of the Army and the Chief of Staff of the Army for the readiness of 1.2 million soldiers and civilians. But the biggest thing I want you to know is that I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, a product of the Atlanta public school system. I'm a 1981 graduate from Frederick Douglass High School in Atlanta. My background serves as a base for who I've become today. Our father died when I was 5. Although fatherless, our mother shaped us to strive to do our best and consider opportunities for our future, similar to what your parents are doing for you today. My purpose is to talk about Army ROTC and the opportunity for you to become an Army officer. I'm a product of Army ROTC. I commissioned from Georgia Southern University. In fact, over 70% of all officers serving in the Army today are products of Army ROTC. As you consider where you attend college and what you're going to do with your lives, consider becoming an Army officer. As an Army officer, you will join the ranks of one of the most respected professions in America. Army officers are leaders and managers, whether at the junior level, mid-management level, or like me, at the senior executive level. While in college, you can enroll in Army ROTC, and we will develop you to become an officer through our leader development process. Each year, Army ROTC spends over $270 million in scholarships across the nation, and ROTC may be able to provide you with financial support while in college. Upon graduation, you'll be commissioned as an Army officer in the Army and have the opportunity to serve on active duty, with the Army Reserves, or with the National Guard. Additionally, as an Army officer, you would choose what branch to serve in. For instance, my branch is Chemical Corps. The Army offers 17 branches for officers, ranging from cyber, medical, and military intelligence to combat arms, just to name a few. Army ROTC is accessible all across the state of Georgia. For example, Army ROTC is as far north as the University of North Georgia, as far east as Augusta University, and as far west as Albany State and Columbus State, and as far south as Georgia Southern and Savannah State. Many colleges such as Savannah State, Mercer University, and Morehouse are ROTC partners to other universities. As you look to what colleges you plan to attend, I ask that you consider Army ROTC. For more information, talk to your counselor, and they will contact the ROTC professionals at the university that interests you. I look forward to serving with you in the Army. Army strong.
Normally when I show that video, I kind of sit down. General Smith answered most of the questions. Army ROTC is accessible to each and every one of you all across this nation. I'll show you here in a few minutes. That's where we started from in 1917. A little rough looking guys, but that's okay. That's where we were then. The point of this slide is any officer you see in the Army, it's probably a 75 to 80% chance that officer came from Army ROTC, whether they're in the Guard, they're in the Reserves, or they're serving active duty. West Point is a significant institution. They produce great officers. West Point produces about 880 officers a year. Army ROTC produces 5,000 officers per year. So the bulk of the Army officers you will ever see are from Army ROTC. What's near and dear to your heart? General Smith said it. Each year, Army ROTC, on average, spends $270 million in scholarships and educational opportunities. That's a lot of money across this nation. So if you have the desire, you have the interest, let somebody know today. Let's start getting you prepared for college. Let's start getting you prepared to become potentially an Army officer. I showed this slide just so you can see across the nation, there's Army ROTC opportunities. Somebody want to go to Stanford? Let us know. Somebody want to go to University of Hawaii? Let us know. Somebody want to go to Puerto Rico? Let us know. You want to go to MIT, Harvard, Georgia Tech? Let us know. We can connect those people. That's what we do, because we recruit officers for this nation. Looking specifically in Georgia, most students only go between 150 to 200 miles from their home to go to college. If anybody's interested in any college in Georgia, just let us know. As General Smith stated in the video, Army ROTC is accessible all across the state. If you want to go to Morehouse College, you can do Army ROTC at Georgia State. If you want to go to Savannah State, you can do Army ROTC with us at Georgia Southern. Army ROTC is accessible to you. Those are what we call the host locations. In each one of those host locations, the stars have partners assigned to them. And off to the far right of that is all of the scholarship and enrollment officers, my peers, my friends, and we can get you their contact information. Now take this little walk with me. This is something that we came up with. How many seniors we got in here? Raise your hand. All right. Put your hands down. How many juniors? Okay, good. Sophomores and freshmen, y'all just hold on. Y'all got times. I got to get to the seniors. Seniors, if you're not careful, to the far left, that picture of the graduation gown, that's going to be many of you next spring. And you're going to be asking yourself those questions next spring. What college do I go to? How do I pay for college? What do I major in? How do I get a job? Let us help you answer some of those questions now. I see this every year. Let us help you. For every question I got down there, I have an Army ROTC answer. If that answer is sufficient to you, then let's go across this bridge to opportunity. And that opportunity is to become an officer in this Army and serve either active duty, guard, or reserve. Years ago, when I was in the Army, it was all about, infantry, armor, and tanks and artillery and all that. The Army has changed. Whatever there is in civilian life, we need it inside of the Army. As most of you know, there's a new branch called cyber. Signal branch is based where? I can't hear you. Fort Gordon. A lot of opportunities there, right? You saw a lot of those opportunities on the floor this morning. So whatever there is, whatever the need is in the civilian world, we need that inside of the Army. We need smart people in the Army. So if you did that, walk across that bridge, now you're an officer, here are your professions or your functional areas, your jobs. And look in the middle. That pay chart's commensurate with anyone with a 4-year undergraduate degree experience and equal experience. Not a bad way to start your life off. So if you're wondering, seniors, what does life look like 3 or 4 years from now? Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation of what opportunities there are for you. We're going to run through these real quick. In order to be eligible, make sure you're not a member of the Bloods and the Crips. Okay? No, I'm joking. I'm being facetious. But those are basic eligibility requirements. Everybody in here, 90% of you guys meet those requirements right now. But what are we looking for a scholarship? This is an old, tried and true technique. We look for something called a SAL. We look for a scholar, we look for an athlete, and we look for a leader. Spencer, you and I had that conversation already. We have found that people with those 3 attributes tend to go through the program very easy and do very well as an officer in the Army. And under each one of those, I gave you an example. National Honor Society, AP courses, scholar. Athlete, did you letter in sports, varsity or junior varsity? Leader, are you a leader in the Boy Scouts, your church group, or your student groups at school? Those are some of the things we're looking for you to be competitive for the national scholarship. These are just a bunch of numbers, and they pan out about the same every year. The national scholarship is very competitive. High scores, we're looking for that scholar, athlete, leader. Unlike all of the other services, we have 2-year, 3-year, and 4-year scholarships. 2-year, 3-year, and 4-year scholarships. 4-year scholarships, for 90% of them, are only awarded at the national level. So if you're a high school senior, talk to us if you're interested in it, and we can start the process. The board ends in January. In addition to the scholarship, we give you a monthly check. How many of you are going to have Zell Miller or Hope next year? Just think about it. Zell Miller and Hope's paying your tuition. We're paying your room and board and giving you a monthly stipend. Now, I normally get this question. What is it like to be in college and to be in Army ROTC? This is at Georgia Southern. I can't speak for the other schools. We do PT 3 days a week, physical training. We have class on Tuesday and Thursday, and we have a lab on Thursday afternoons. Other than that, you are a college student, and we respect that because academics is number one. Those are the kinds of things we do with freshmen. We integrate you to higher education. We teach you some values, reteach you some values, and we teach you our culture. Most importantly, we're going to make sure you have some fun. Sophomore year, I consider the standards year. We're going to introduce a whole bunch of that Army stuff. Troop leading procedures, physical fitness to another level, shooting, land nav, and of course, fun. Junior year, you're in the advanced portion now. It gets a little more serious, so we introduce you to tactics. No matter what branch you are, everybody walks away with that baseline knowledge of tactics. That last year, we fine-tune you and get you ready to be an officer in the United States Army, no matter what component you're serving. That's kind of how we do it. Our schedule doesn't change for the whole 4 years. Academics is number one. You don't graduate, you can't become an officer. Questions? Because the aide told me, General Edmondson said he has to have 2 questions, or we're going to lock this door and keep everybody in here until tomorrow. Yes, sir.
What's the commitment to serve after?
He's going to answer that question. The Gold Bar Lieutenant. Go ahead. He's asking, what's the commitment to serve upon commissioning?
After college.
So for Army ROTC, there's multiple options for commitments to serve after college. Generally, though, it's an 8-year commitment. And 4 of those years, if you decide to go active duty, are going to be in service. And then the other 4 years are what they call IRR. And that essentially means that if you end your 4 years, decide not to serve anymore, then they have the option to call you back if they really, really need you, but it's not likely. And then the other route is Army Reserve and National Guard. And if you decide to do that route, you would be a part-time soldier, serving once a month, and then you would go to a drill-type service over the summers, whereas active duty is full-time.
That was a great question.
Yeah, that would be the full 8 years.
Make sure you get my Georgia Southern card before you leave, okay? Next question. All right, got to have 2 more questions. You heard what the general said. 2 more questions. I can't do math now. Sir, would you like to make some remarks?
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, come on now. One more time. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, so I'm going to apologize up front because I'm going to have to walk out of here, but understand where I'm walking. Where I'm walking is to go see a mentor and a friend of mine, an ROTC graduate, speak at 1300. And this ROTC graduate next week, Thursday, is going to get promoted to Lieutenant General, and that's 3 stars. So that's give it up for ROTC. So the short story that I'd like to tell you is that I came in the Army for 4 years. That was the plan. Coming out of school, actually, you're much brighter than I am. You're thinking much further ahead. I was in college, and I realized as a sophomore in college that maybe I needed to prepare myself for graduation. And I literally stumbled into ROTC. So when we start talking about PT and class and an FTX, and then an opportunity to go away, get on a plane and go to Fort Knox, Kentucky and train for a little bit of time, that's kind of, my road that I just kind of walked into. And literally, I said 4 years. My wife and I, that was the plan. Well, we got to the 4-year mark and we decided to stay a little bit longer. And little did we know that the Army would be the place that my wife would be able to finish her bachelor's degree because she decided to leave early and marry me, which was probably not that good of an idea, but she did it anyway. I was able to achieve a master's degree from Central Michigan University through the tuition assistance program, and then actually achieve a second master's degree from National Defense University in Washington, D.C. All things that I never thought possible. You talk about your average student, I was your average student. And I just was very fortunate, decided to give ROTC a little bit of my time, and it's given back a whole lot to me, enough to where when I heard this was happening, we went ahead and got together and wanted to come and have lunch with you. And now I'm going to break away and watch a good ROTC friend and mentor of mine get promoted. So I'm not going to say congratulations. Continue to do your homework. Ask all the good questions. I've got a 20 and a 24-year-old now, and life goes by quickly. So the decisions you're making now, believe it or not, 4 years is not that much. I'm not a recruiter, but I'm here to just tell you my story. 4 years went by really, really fast. And then what was learned, how the Army educated me along the way, is something that I can take out to industry whenever I would choose to retire. Retirement is not the issue here. We've been trained as soldiers. We've been trained to do something. And the market, when it's your turn, whether it's 4 years or 40 years, the market's going to be there for you. Your parents are going to be very proud of you. And your average person walking up and down the street will not be a part of that special 1%, because that's what you are. You'd be a part of that 1%. So with that, thank you very much.
I'm still waiting on those 2 questions. You want to lock that door, Captain Sappho? Lock that other? Yes, ma'am. What do you mean stackable?
Yes, they are. You can add that scholarship to another scholarship you receive. So if you receive 5 scholarships, you use our scholarship as well. It's just extra money in your pocket.
How many people here, parents, will pass on their GI Bill to? That does not interfere with the Army ROTC scholarship. You can have the parents pass their GI Bill to you, and you can still earn a Army ROTC scholarship. Cadet Harvey, I'm going to let him tell his story. Did you come on a 4-year or 3-year? 4-year scholarship recipient. I think they stole him from Auburn, West Point, or somebody. I'm just glad they did. 3.9?
392.
GPA.
Yeah, so I'm from Georgia. I'm from Atlanta. I came in with the 4-year Army scholarship and the Hope scholarship. So tuition was already paid for, and then Army RTC covered my room and my board. But they just give me a straight-up check each semester. So it's not like I don't spend $5,000 on my house and my food for each semester. So the rest of it I just get to keep. Not only that, they have the tuition stipend. So as a senior, I'm getting $500 a month, just cash, and then $600 a semester for books. I think I bought 2 books in college. I'm an IT major, so most of it's online. So I just get to keep the rest of that. Also, any extra scholarships my school gives me, or an extra organization, it's all cash in my pocket. So it works out really, really well. So yes, they're very stackable.
Cadet Harvey just recently was notified that he won an additional $5,000 scholarship from a subgroup of AFCEA. So as soon as he wins that one, then I'm going to go borrow some money from it. No. Still waiting on the 2 questions.
Just from emails, okay? He squared me away and helped me out. I used to travel
watching slides, y'all looking at Twitter, or y'all got other things to do. But if you want to be successful, if you want to be rich, if you want to be happy, and you want to set up not just you, but one day you're going to get married, have children, you have grandchildren, you can set up everybody for success by taking heed to what you learned today and making sure that you talk to this gentleman and anybody else in here so that you can have that BMW, Range Rover, whatever you think you're going to drive when you get 25, and you're not paying student loans because you have an ROTC scholarship. Cool? Thank you for your time.
This is my nephew. He don't like to talk. Got a question in the back.
He said if you get a scholarship from ROTC, can you use it towards trying to become a doctor, or do you have to use it specifically for the military?
The best route is just to get the Army to pay for med school. I have a young lady right now, Tanisha Jordan. She just graduated Morehouse Medical School. She did 4 years on undergraduate Army ROTC scholarship. She applied for what they call an educational delay. She got accepted to Morehouse Medical School. The Army has paid her tuition and gave her $2,000 a month for the last 6 years. So she's leaving medical school without no undergraduate student loans and no medical student loans, and she's a doctor. Yes, ma'am. She get ready to serve her whatever. Each time they give her money for med school, she encouraged some kind of commitment, and whatever that is, she can do that 4 or 5 years and get out and open her own private business.
Yeah. So also that's a great route. That's probably the most beneficial route. But you can also, once you become a junior in ROTC, after your junior year, you get a selection of active duty, reserve duty, or National Guard duty. You choose the National Guard or Reserve selection, and then you use what's called a tuition assistance program that the general pay for your subsequent degree. Does that make sense?
Great question. So I've only heard one question so far. Yes, sir. What do you mean do sports? If you want to come to that school and you're going to do Army, I have people that do Division I athletics at Georgia Southern. They're on a Division I team, they're a college student, and they do Army ROTC. And I'm giving them scholarships. You better bring it, though. I saw another hand someplace. I only heard one question. Yes, ma'am. No, there's no requirement to be in junior ROTC to come to college Army ROTC. No requirement at all.
All you have to do is meet the requirements.
You have to meet those requirements when you come to college. You got to be enrolled in college. Easy. That was one good question. That's all I heard this afternoon. Any more questions? Anybody interested in Army ROTC? Your sister goes, yeah, I know Jesse Brown. All right, what we're going to do now, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to open up the little period where they can come talk to whoever they want to talk to, and then I'm going to put them back under your control. So anybody want to talk to me about Georgia Southern University Army ROTC, come over here in this corner. Georgia Southern University Army ROTC, come on over here. Okay. I'm tracking Spencer. Yeah, you came on. What's your name? Randy? Ricky? All right. Henry. Have anybody applied for admission to Georgia Southern? Okay. So go ahead and apply. Have you taken the ACTs and SATs? No, sir. You got to do that. Don't even apply until you've taken that. Okay? And then what I want you to do is, I'm going to have each one of you on my phone and my notes page. I gave you a card earlier, right? Yes, sir. Send me an email today. Yes, sir. Today. If I don't get it today, I'm going to say you wasn't serious. Fair enough? Just send me an email today. I'll send you something back. And tell me what high school you are, what you're going to major in, and we'll get this thing going. How many of y'all do JRTC?
We go to Metro.
You don't have to? Okay. All right. That's not a problem at all. We have a football game on 9 September. I might try to get some tickets for y'all free to come to the game and learn more about Army ROTC and learn more about Georgia Southern Army ROTC. Fair enough? Yes, sir. But I got to get that email today. Yes, sir. All right. Give him the card, let him put it in their phone, send me an email today and tell me about where you're coming from, and I'll send you a note back about Georgia Southern University and Army ROTC. Yes, sir. Okay? All right. Army paycheck. You gotta be good. You gotta take an ACT or SAT to get into the university.
So like, what are the requirements for?
What I've seen for national
I learned how virtual reality videos work.
and how they take all of the scenes and stitch them in together to make them work. Nathan. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, hello everyone. My name Chris. I learned that good opportunities around here is good for you. I mean, y'all should go for it. College, yeah, that's good.
Thank you, Chris. This morning, when Mr. Mathis was talking, if you remember, this was one of the things he did say, that you have to take and seize the opportunities. Thank you very much. And it's okay to say exactly what you want to say. Okay? All right. Anyone else? Okay. Anyone else? And we had a recruiter here today, and he was talking about it. We had a recruiter here today, and he was talking about Augusta State University or Augusta University. But please be aware there are so many other colleges and universities and technical schools that are out here for you. Okay? I would like to bring up Miss Monica. Come on down. Monica Baker, please. Guys, let me tell you a little bit about Miss Baker. Miss Baker spearheaded this program for us. And I want to tell her that we do appreciate it. I know it was a lot of work, and I probably rode your back for the last 6 months to ensure that this program is successful. And we thank you guys for coming, but at this time, would we please give Miss Baker a round of applause? All right, thank you very much. And I'm going to turn this microphone over to her, and she'll tell you exactly what it is you need to do.
Good afternoon. So if you enjoyed yourself here today, you've learned a lot.
Just think about it. In order to compete for the scholarship,
Now what do you
basically
all
you got
have
to submit
do
a resume to the
on
Army.
September the 10th?
They only give 1,000 for your scholarship.
And you're going to work together as a team to get it
5,000
done,
people
right?
going after. So what
I would like to
find the
thank
juniors, I
everybody
can
for
get you-
taking
we
the
got a whole
time out
year and
to
a half
be
get you
here.
ready.
I know
So it's
this
real
has
important
been
you say, "No, we can get you ready
a
next year. I can do
difficult
anything
week
you
for
need."
you all since you just started school. But I do really appreciate your teachers, administrators, and everybody allowing you all to come out and to be able to take part in this event and this activity. I think it's very educational. And I feel like you can learn a lot from just networking and talking to different people. And also beginning to think,
Make sure you get a letter and notice. I don't care if it's table,
starting to
tennis,
think
whatever.
about
The Army don't want to see that.
going to college,
wanna see
once you get through
letters,
middle school,
2 letters,
going to high
2
school,
different sports.
this is the time you should start thinking about what you're going to do with your life, what are you going to do with your
Leader of
career.
team, leader of
And our
student
speakers
government,
today
leader
have
in your
given
church.
you an
Those are the
excellent
things that
pathway to success. So I also want to thank our speaker,
Those things that show
Dr.
you
George
leadership
Fergus, for being here. Not only was he our speaker, he was our sponsor. So he's provided over $10,000 for us to be here just today.
That's not what I'm trying to do, but I really want to have that experience. I didn't have it.
I also want to thank my supervisor. I also want to thank my supervisor, Dr. Waters, for her support and encouragement and helping me get this program off the ground, and hopefully it has been a success. If you have any feedback or comments that you'd like to make, your teachers and administrators know how to reach me. They have my phone number, my email, my personal cell, so you can reach me any way you like. And if you have any suggestions in terms of what I could do differently for next year,
You are an officer and you want to
please feel free to
you want your
provide
life.
that
I don't want you
information
messing up
as well.
40 people. Now,
I
working
thank
odds of
all
some
my
scouts saying we want you
volunteers
on
that
professional
helped
sports.
me with the challenge, Captain Stockold, and the other guys from the Captain.
The odds are greater that you will graduate and be an
Sergeant
officer
Clay,
than the
Miss
odds
Thomas.
are of you becoming a professional.
I don't want to overlook anyone, but I had volunteers from everywhere try to help us today so that this would be a successful day for you all. Thank you very
Don't
much.
get an email from me. What I do, I talk to 100 people a week.
Okay,
I don't remember
and
names.
Ms. Johnson said you're going to dismiss by schools. But before I let you go, I know a lot of you took pictures while you were out on the exhibit floor. I have a Facebook page. It's FCA TechNet Facebook page. I would like for you to share your pictures on Facebook, please. And I also have a website, and I'll get that website out to the administrators, but I would also like to post.
Got a lot of time to work with y'all. And what school you going to? And me and you already talked. We're going to talk again.
We're done,
Come back to
yes.
us and see you. I might see you once you make your commitment. Okay?
So we're going to
All right.
do this by school, so it's Pennsylvania High School or Pennsylvania Middle School. Go with your advisor and go where you all came in this morning to meet this kid. Yes. Break them down where they came in at. Pennsylvania High School and Pennsylvania Middle School.
I got a second leg, so I'm well.
So what are you going to do when you get out of the career course?
So we find out hopefully within the next 2 months. We'll take Coach PS. But it's going to come down to things that Army and all of how the numbers run.
What year is student are you? What year? You're 11th grade. Good. All right. Have you taken the SAT or ACT or any of that? We do that when you need to apply for admission to Georgia State. Once we do the admission to Georgia State, then we need to talk about the time you on your own. Okay? The good thing is you're a junior, so you got time. All right. Good. You're getting old. I need to talk. Okay, stop. Big difference. Army medic, not even like a nurse. You ever done it? Remember this? Good.
Father,